Hi my dear friends, welcome back to another class of Python tutorial, and in this class we shall continue with the data types. Okay, in the previous class we had begun with basic data types like integer, float, and in this class we shall cover more points about basic data types. So the third basic data type is your complex value. Okay, complex value, as we know, it consists of a real part and an imaginary part. For example, inside this cell there is a variable q to which a complex number has been assigned, where 4 is the real part and 5 is the imaginary part, thanks to this j operator. Okay, so q is equals to 4 plus 5j, where 4 plus 5j is a complex number, 4 is the real part, 5 is the imaginary part, thanks to this j operator. So if you print this, print q comma type q, then the value of q will be printed, which is 4 plus 4 plus 5j, and whatever what type of a value it is, that is class complex, will be printed. It is a complex value overall, 4 plus 5j. So that's why complex is printed here. Okay, the type is complex. It belongs to the class complex. Then next line, q is equals to 4 minus 5j. Here again, it is a complex number. So 4 minus 5j will be printed when you print q comma type q. For q, 4 minus 5j is printed, and type of q, what type of value it is? It is a complex value. Now, for example, here q is equals to 5j. Here you can see there is no real part. Real part is 0. So this is also a complex number thanks to the j operator. So 5j will be printed when you print q comma type q. 5 will be printed, and what kind of value? It is complex value. And in the next cell, so if you run this first cell, shift plus enter, come to this next cell, x is equals to 11 plus 17j, suppose. Okay, so where 11 is the real part and 17 is the imaginary part. So print x comma type x. If you do, the 11 plus 17j, this complex number will be printed, and what type of value it is? It is a complex value. Okay, that's what will be printed here. Then print x dot real. What will it do? Uh, Dot function, if you use here, then the real part of x will be printed, which is what? Which is nothing but your 11. Okay, and print x dot image. Print x dot image. If you do, image means the imaginary part. So print x dot image. If you do, it will print the imaginary component of x, which is nothing but your 17. Okay, this is your 17. Now the next basic data type is your string values. Like what is a string value? Anything that you enclose within the quotations, that is treated as your string value. Okay, so that's what I've written here. Value that lies inside. Then here you have double inverted commas. Then here you have single inverted commas, or you can say double quotes, single quotes. Here you have three double quotes at the opening position and three double quotes at the closing position. Here you have three single quotes at the opening position and three single quotes at the closing position. So whatever you place inside these quotes, that will be treated as your string value. So for example, if you write here str1 is a variable, and it is equals to, then you write 100 and you enclose this 100 within these single quotes. These are the single quotes. This is a single quote like this one, and this is a single quote. Okay, so when you do print str1 comma type str1, this the value of str1 will be printed, which is 100. What kind of a value it is? It is a string value. Okay, similarly, str2 is equals to 21.2, and you enclose this 21.2 within the single quotes. Then you print str2 comma type str2, then value of str2 will be printed, which is your 21.2. And what kind of a value it is? It is your string value. Okay, that's what comes here. Then you in the next, if you run this cell, hit shift plus enter. str1 is again the variable you take, and the nerd, these are the two words that you take, the space nerd, and within the single quotes you enclose it, and you print str1. Then this entire statement, the nerd, will be printed. Similarly, str2 is equals to, within double quotes, program you write, and then you write print str2. So then program word will be here printed, as you can see. Okay, then next is, suppose it is asked of you that I need an output like this. What should be the output? Anaconda's functions. Now you see, in anacondas, between A and S, there is a single quote, and this has to be printed. So this entire statement, when I will write, it has to be enclosed within some quotes. What kind of quotes you must take? It should be like double quotes only, like x is equals to. Here at the opening position you have these double quotes, and at the closing position also you have this double quote, and within these double quotes you write this statement anacondas functions, where in anacondas between a and s there is a single quote. And if you print x comma type x, then it will be printed as anacondas functions. What kind of a value it is? It is string value. Now suppose instead of double quotes, I want to try by placing this entire statement within within single quotes. So already you can see it is not taking. And if you try to run it, you see syntax error appears here. Okay, because if you want to write a statement where within the statement there is a single quote, then the entire statement has to be enclosed within the double quotes. Okay, not within single quotes, otherwise you will get error. So replace this with the double quotes only, the entire thing. So enclose this entire statement within the double quotes, and now you won't have any error. Now coming down to the next cell, now suppose it is expected out of you to print this. What is an umbrella? What is an umbrella? Where umbrella has to be enclosed within the double quotes. Now this entire statement has to be enclosed within some quotes. What kind of quotes you will take? Definitely you won't take double quotes, because already within the statement there is a word which has to be enclosed within double quotes. So this entire statement cannot be enclosed within the double quotes. So this entire statement you can enclose within the single quotes. Okay, so I hope these rules are clear to you, like enclosing single quote within double quotes and enclosing double quotes within single quotes. Okay, so here that's why you have a single quote here at the opening position and a single quote here at the closing position, and within these single quotes you place this entire statement, what is an umbrella, where umbrella is placed within the double quotes, and print, and you will get your desired result, what is an umbrella, where umbrella is enclosed within double quotes. Now you have another value x is equals to, and then here you give three single quotes, and here also you give three single quotes. Like for example, what is expected out of you? It is expected out of you to print this entire thing. It's analytic nerd in the first line. Then in the next line it should be welcome all with an exclamation, and in the next line thank you. So all these words means this has to be a string value. So ultimately you will have to place all these lines within the quotes. So let us see, like x is equals to, then these are here you have three single quotes, and here you have three single quotes. Okay, now within these I write this, whatever is required, it's analytic nerd. Okay, then hit enter, welcome all, then give exclamation, then hit enter. In the next line, you write thank you. Okay, and then print it, print x, that is, and here you go. It's analytic nerd, welcome all, thank you. So when you are trying to, give multiple, you need to print multiple lines, then it is better to use these three quotes, like three single quotes here at the opening, three single quotes here at the closing. Now, suppose this. Now, suppose here I want to try something like this. Here I want to try something like this. X is equals to three double quotes I place. Okay, like three double quotes a piece. Three double quotes here at the opening and three double quotes here at the closing. Within this, I want to write something like this, that it's analytic nerd. I hope the distinction is clear to you. In its, there is a single, there is a like single inverted comma between T and S. Okay, it's analytic nerd, and welcome all, and with exclamation, hit enter again, and thank you. Okay, and you print it. So like this also, when you want to print multiple lines, you can go for it. You see, it's analytic nerd, welcome all, thank you. If you want to replace these double quotes by single quotes, okay, that is, instead of three double quotes at the opening and three double quotes at the closing, you can replace them by three single quotes. That can also uh, run. Okay, because here you're using three single quotes, that's why. Okay, three single quotes at opening, three single quotes at closing. Okay, And you can try it like with multiple. You want to try, say, I give here a single, I give here a double inverted comma, only one piece, and here also one double inverted comma, one piece, because at opening and closing you'll have to give them. You can see already it's not taking, so it will throw error. Okay, that's why in case of these kinds of lines, multiple lines, it is better to use three a piece, whether three single inverted commas or three double inverted commas at opening as well as at closing. Okay, and now run it. Yeah. Then, then the next type of basic data type. The next type of basic data type is your Boolean values. Boolean values, we know there are two types of Boolean values. One is true, another one is false. Okay. In Python, 0 is treated as false, 1 is treated as true in Boolean format. So x is equals to false, and print x comma type x shall give you what value? The value of x, which is false. And what kind of a value it is? It is a Boolean value. That's why bool has appeared here, BOOL. Similarly, in the next line inside this cell, x is equals to true, and you print x comma type of x, value of x is printed, which is true. What kind of a value it is? Bool, that is Boolean. Okay, and run it. Yeah. Then another basic data type is NoneType. Another basic data type is NoneType. What does it imply? Non-value. Non-value in Python means null values. Okay, null values are nothing but your missing values. So I hope this is clear to you. Non-type is also a basic data type where it means non-value. Non-value here in Python means basically null value, that is missing value. So suppose you write x is equals to none. Here none is a keyword. So x is equals to none, and you print x comma type x. So value of x none is printed. What type of data type it is? It is a non-type data type. Non-type data type. Okay. And shift enter, run it. Yeah. Then another, as I had told you previously in our previous class, there are two types of data types. One is known as your basic data type, and under basic data type you have several types. And another one is known as derived data type. Under derived data type also you have several types. Okay. So what are derived data types? A number of values that can be stored simultaneously in derived data types, which are data structures. So a derived data type is nothing but it is a data structure that can hold a number of values simultaneously. Can hold homogeneous values as well as can hold heterogeneous values. Okay. So under derived data types, you have, for example, list. Derived data types. What are some derived data types? If someone asks you, then we can tell list is a derived data type. Tuple is a derived data type. Dictionary is a derived data type. Range is a derived data type. Okay. Then set is a derived data type. Then frozen set is a derived data type. These are the derived data types. List, tuple, dictionary, set, frozen set, range. Okay, list, tuple, then dictionary, set, frozen set, range. These are some of the derived data types. And a derived data type is a data structure that can hold multiple values simultaneously at the same time, and it can hold homogeneous values as well as heterogeneous values. So what is a list? A list is a derived data type. Okay. So that's what I've written here. A list contains any values enclosed in these square brackets. Whenever you give these square brackets and you place some values within these square brackets, then this entire thing will be known as a list. It is a data structure only. And one sort of container that can hold several values at once is a list. Okay. So it is data structure is a container only. So this can be treated as a container also. A list is a container also that can hold several values at once in a inside it. Inside what? Inside these square brackets. So that is a list. Both homogeneous and heterogeneous values can be stored in it inside the list. Now, for example, here you have in this particular cell x is equals to within square brackets 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6. So within these square brackets I have placed all these values. So if you print x comma type x, then this entire list will be printed, and type x will give you what? Type x will give you that it is a list. What kind of a what is this x? Ultimately this x is a list. And what is a list? A derived data type that can be treated like a data structure, which is a container that can contain multiple values inside these square brackets. That's what it's identified as. Square brackets means inside this whatever you place, that will be treated entire thing as a list. And there is a container just treated like a data structure, can hold multiple values inside these square brackets. It can be homogeneous values as well as heterogeneous values. Okay, so if you run this cell, one comma this output you get. Okay, similarly, suppose there is a variable my underscore names, it is equals to, here you have square brackets at opening as well as at closing, and within these square brackets you place some string values, like some hypothetical names I have taken here, like Sam, okay, then Tom, then suppose Jack, then Anna. These are multiple string values which are enclosed within these square brackets. That means this entire thing is a list, just like your container, just like your data structure, where numerous values are stored here. And these are all these are all homogeneous values, that is of one type, string type. For example, these are also homogeneous values, one type, integer type. Okay, so print my underscore names, when you will do this, entire list will be printed. Okay, now suppose you come to run this cell, shift plus enter. Yeah, now in this particular cell, you take this variable mult, and again you place the list. List means square brackets at opening as well as at closing. Now you place some heterogeneous values. Okay, heterogeneous values means different type, like 1, it is integer type, 1.5, it is float type, then this 1 plus 2j, it is complex type, then within the single quotes you have analytic, it is string type, then false, it is a Boolean type, then none, it is a none type. So here you have heterogeneous values stored inside this list. And if you print it, print mult comma type mult, then this entire list will be printed. And what kind of what is its type, what is its data type? It is a list only. Mult is ultimately treated as a list here. Okay, because of this because of these square brackets at opening and at closing positions. Okay, then you have something like, what is a tuple? A tuple is also a derived data type. Okay, a tuple is also a derived data type. So a tuple contains any values enclosed in these, you see, single brackets. Within these single brackets, you have values separated from each other by commas. Then this entire thing will be treated as your tuple, which is a derived data type, which is nothing but your data structure type only, which is a container, and that can contain heterogeneous values as well as homogeneous values. That's what I've written here. One sort of container that can hold several values at once is a tuple. Both homogeneous and heterogeneous values can be stored inside the tuple. Okay, just run this cell. Like no, you won't get any output from this cell because ultimately everything is commented. Now come to this particular cell. For example, here you have this at opening position you have this single bracket, and at the closing position also you have the single bracket. Okay, this is the opening bracket, closing bracket, first brackets only. Okay, within this you have these homogeneous values like 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6. All these values are separated from each other by commas. So when you will print this x comma type x, because ultimately this entire thing is assigned to this variable x. So when you will print x, then this entire tuple will be printed. Type x, that is x is what kind of data type? Definitely it is a tuple data type, which is a derived data type. Okay, so run this, like hit shift plus enter. Then coming to this particular cell, here again you have this variable x, to which I assign this entire tuple. So like opening bracket, first one, and closing bracket, first one, first brackets. At opening you have this opening bracket, and at closing position you have this closing bracket, and within this you place several values